Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the TTV News with some last events in our province, and now we come into details. And ladies and gentlemen, the Ho Chi Minh City Mobile Expressway project is being actively implemented by the two localities to complete the investment procedures. And according to Mr. Nguyễn Thanh Ngọc, Deputy Secretary of the Provincial Party Committee and Chairman Provincial People's Committee, the project connecting areas is important. So the government has directed and agreed to give Ho Chi Minh City the authority to approve the investment policy decisions for the Ho Chi Minh City Mobile Expressway projects. And between the two provinces and the city, there has been a memorandum of understanding to coordinate and promote the projects. The People Committee of the province has been coordinated to complete the pre-feasibility report, submitting to the Provincial People Councils to authorize the People Councils of Ho Chi Minh City to approve the project's investment policy. The unification of the focal points for project management, combined with the smooth coordination between the two localities, will contribute to reducing administrative procedures and soon completing the legal procedures for the project. The Ho Chi Minh City Mobile Expressway project has a length of about 53 kilometers. The first stage with 4 restricted land got a total roadbed width of about 17 meters. And Mr. Nguyễn Tấn Tài, Director of the Department of Transport of the province, said that the total land acquisition area of the project is about 432 hectares, about 209 hectares for Ho Chi Minh City and about 223 hectares in the province. That is implemented by the independent projects according to the provisions of the laws of public investment. And ladies and gentlemen, due to the impact of the COVID-19 pandemic, the situation of attracting domestic and foreign investment in 2020 in the province faces many difficulties, in which the attracting foreign investment reached about $582 million, down to about 51% over the same period. Since the early of 2020, the province has granted a new investment registration certificates for about 13 projects with a registered capital of about $353 million. Accumulatively, the province has attracted about 330 foreign investment projects with a total registered capital of over $7,570 million. In addition, domestic investment attraction is more than 3,700 billion Vietnam dong. The province has issued investment registration certificates and new investment policies for about 41 projects with a total registered capital of nearly 2,500 billion Vietnam dong. So far, the whole province has about 565 valid domestic investment projects with a total registered capital of over 77,300 billion Vietnam dong. And recently, Minh Chau district has applied an official letter to the Department of Construction on some of the contents related to the construction of Minh Chau commercial complex projects, including large-scale collection of agricultural products.
Minh Chau commercial complex belongs to the master project of developing a fruit and vegetable value chain, applying smart technology to the climate in Vietnam, period 2021 and 2026. The project being operated and approved by the Ministry of Agriculture and Rural Development and the Ministry of Finance, in which there is a project to build a 5-hectare collection center for agricultural products, vegetables and fruits in Bonang Commune of Minh Chau district. This center will act as a hub to collect agricultural products in TayNinhTV for transshipment to Ho Chi Minh City and neighboring provinces. Anton Real Estate Joint Stock Company is the investor of Minh Chau commercial complex. Project implementation period is 50 years from the date of issuance of the decision on investment policy. When Minh Chau commercial complex come into operation, it will be very convenient for people to travel and shop, contributing to socio-economic development in Minh Chau district. Minh Chau commercial complex is expected to be built in the second quarter of 2021 to the end of the third quarter of 2023 and to be put into operation in the fourth quarter of the year.
And the Vietnam Philanthropic Committee of Long Thanh Bắc worked in Hoa Thanh, Chau has strongly mobilized the donors to support 4 poor households in the world, each household with about 30 to 150 chickens, with food to raise the chickens. And up to now in Chau, these farming households have made progress. Typically, Mr. Võ Chí Hùng households in Long Dai Street were supported with about 120 cooked chickens, and after 4 months of breeding, his chicken grow healthy and reaching a weight of nearly 2 kilograms for per chicken. These chickens are expected to be consumed at the end of the year, and the money from selling chickens helped Mr. Huong to make a living and saving. And by 2020, the Vietnam Fatherland Front Committee of Long Thanh Backward will continue to maintain this model as well as mobilize the more sponsors to have more poor households in the world contributing to the poverty reduction in the locality.
The communes and wards in Hoa Thanh Town have successfully organized Inter-Residential National Solidarity Day 2020 with the participation of more than 2,240 people. The Vietnam Fatherland Front Committee of Communes and Wards organized the evaluation of the implementation of patriotic emulation campaigns and movements in the population communities, with the focus on the campaign on people unite to build new-style rural areas and civilized cities. The communes and wards also organized the launching ceremony and site emulation conference to implement the campaign on people unite to build new-style rural areas and civilized cities in 2021, so that 100% of residential areas can effectively implement democracy at the grassroots level, and the contents of the conventions and conventions of the residential area to build control families, control residential areas, etc. Businesses and benefactors have contributed to building one solidarity house and presented more than 410 gifts to poor households and students in difficult circumstances, with a total budget of over 180 million Vietnam dong. On this occasion, front levels in Hoa Thanh Town also rewarded 31 collectives and 193 individuals for their typical performance over the last time.
And ladies and gentlemen, in the terms of supply input materials and services for production associated with the product's consumption, a number of cooperatives and agricultural cooperative production groups has mobilized the members to centralize production and closely link with businesses that supply materials, price, consult professional advice, and find out products through the cooperative services. And now we come to the reporters about the solutions for agricultural cooperatives to remove difficulties. In particular, finding a stable output for agricultural cooperatives will create more prestige for the collective economic model, and meanwhile creating jobs, increasing income, and stabilizing the lives of the people in rural areas. However, agricultural cooperatives have still faces difficulties that need solutions to remove. Currently, there are about 141 cooperatives in the whole province of Tây Ninh, including 90 cooperatives operating in the agricultural sector. The number of newly established cooperatives in 2020 is about 12 cooperatives, in which there are 5 agricultural cooperatives, 7 non-agricultural cooperatives. Besides, there are over 119 cooperative groups, of which the number of cooperative groups operating in the agricultural sectors is about 95 groups, accounting for 80% of the cooperative groups. The cooperative groups continue to perform well the linking function in production exchange of experience and products consumption, helping the member household to use more effectively available resources in the locality. Mr. Hoàng Phú Hậu, Chairman and Director of Huong Agricultural Production and Service Cooperative, said that our management board has grasped the thought of the people, mobilizing them to participate in model site contracts. And as for the majority of farmers who join the cooperatives, when we got contracts of vegetable, rice, or fruit trees, we cooperate with Hoa Thanh Commune to mobilize the farmers to participate. And for a long time, we often say that when we get the crops, the price is low. And if we do not join the collective economic model, no one can protect ourselves. Previously, during the COVID-19 pandemic, trading activities were severely affected directly by cooperatives producing agricultural products, vegetables, fruits, and those goods are backlogged and have devalued. But thanks to the cooperatives' efforts and flexibility in business operations, linking with units expanding and diversifying forms of sales, they partly have reduced the damage. Ms. Võ Thị Anh Hồng, Vice Chairman of Tenant Cooperative Union, said that during the operation of agricultural cooperatives, there are difficulties, including output goods, production consumption channels, capital resources for cooperatives to invest and produce, because it is an agricultural cooperative often affected by climate change, and the farmers face many difficulties. Farmers also have to self-mobilize, find output, and choose the crops suitable for the climate with flexibility in operation, such as selling door-to-door delivery with product display shops to sell the products made by the farmers. And in order to further develop the collective economic model, particularly agricultural cooperatives, it is necessary to create a favorable environment to directly impact the production and business of member economies, enhancing the autonomy, maximizing the available potentials and advantages of all sectors of the collective economy, enhancing the role of collective economy in the general development of the province. And that's all for the TTV News today. Thank you for joining us and see you more next time.